I've been to, you might have seen that, obviously, got her a room in the hospital. I wouldn't come.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
2-minute.
Stop the clock.
It's really true to push it.
Yeah. Yeah, back 2 minutes. Oh, this is so weird.
We already did that, remember the police aren't gonna help you.
Yes, we will, Mary Jo.
Tuesday I can make up for it, or whatever that Tuesday is.
We can't, we're not supposed to be like that, you know. That's right. We help everybody.
Everybody makes it.
Oh, no
At
problem.
least I remember, I just thought it was at 6:30 until at 6:05, I mean.
I know that feeling. I did that once.
Oh my God, once?
Fun.
Just once.
Oh, and they would-
Yeah.
They're stupid, I know, but.
No, let's just say you fell asleep.
No, I was. I won't go outside.
Well, I saw you earlier. I know, I saw you earlier. Figured out the delay.
So now.
I was there yesterday. Me in the water all.
Go back to bed at night, but they get off. We throw at night.
You bet 4:90.
Yeah.
Meeting order at 6:30. Rise to the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Trustee Appy.
Here.
Trustee Newton.
Here.
Treasurer Hill.
President.
Treasurer Kruger absent. Clerk Squires here.
Thank you. This time I take a motion by a board member in order that the board approve the agenda as presented. Make that motion. Moved by trustee Newton, we have support.
Support.
Supported by clerk Squires. Any further discussion? Not hearing any. All those in favor indicate by saying aye or saying aye to the approval of the agenda as presented. Aye. Aye. Is that an aye, Michelle? or-
Aye.
Okay. Sounds good, thank you. Next, I would entertain a motion that the board enter the public hearing on creating a special assessment district under the provisions of Public Act 81 of 1989 to provide fire protection, emergency medical services to the residents of the township. You want to be willing to make that motion? I'll make that motion. Thank you, Terry.
I'll second it.
Support trustee Appy. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Chief Fisher.
Tony.
Nate.
Nothing's really changed since we met last time. The only thing is on the proposed budget, it does mention a couple places that we might have to increase something if we were to move ahead with the new building, but that's not gonna happen in that fiscal year.
Okay.
So those can be adjusted a little bit, and we can do that after the year starts. So the big thing in the budget really is the wage increase proposal that we have out there. The second page, I think you have in front of you is the proposed wage schedule for the next 3 years, actually. When I projected out a pay increase every year for the next 3 years, I projected it at the current millage rate, so I don't anticipate we'd have to raise the millage to increase the wages. If something else happens with the cost of equipment, those kinds of things, I may have to look at it down the road, but for this, I don't see an increase in the millage. So we're looking at a $1 an hour every year for the next 3 years for our medic firefighters and our EMT firefighters to bring them back into a competitive pay level with the rest of the industry around us. The other one would be the chief salary, and that's increasing as well over the next 3 years to keep that competitive and interesting for folks that may want to look at jumping to the chief's job. But the rest of the pay is the same throughout the rest of the pay scale there.
Well, we had lots of conversations of the importance of keeping the wages. um, That we're competitive and people want to work for Gerrish.
Well, we've got to keep trying,
Yeah.
while we keep trying to do something better in the building area as well. So it's what needs to happen for the future. And we'll appreciate your vision on all of it, actually. On this. And I think part of the reason why we have no show at our police and our fire and our EMS is people, I think, have trusted the job that everyone's done, and I think that the fact that you're always here, I think, sorry, Kevin, you're here, love you, Ben. But at the end, well, but at the end of the day, I think it's a tribute to both of the departments, as they've been managed, and that's my comment on the actual piece. One other comment, currently right now, obviously, we're enjoying great assessment values that come with the same number of mills essentially. I know from talking with Julie that we're maxing out at 5% now. The whole state is on that piece. I don't think anybody really knows when the bubble will pop, but we all have to be mindful that the bubble might pop. But, the fact that we do special assessment districts, I think, really allow us to be reactive to that and allow us the ability to change on the fly. Whereas if you're an ad valorem tax, you get heads and rollbacks, you have no ability to react anyway. So, but no, I think it's great. The budget is well done in your projection.
So just a couple of things real quick. I did not increase, well, I added 20,000 this year, this fiscal year that we're in now to the equipment budget. Next year, I kept it at 80,000, adding into that. Down the road, we're gonna have to look at bumping that, I'm sure. We'll look at other options for replacing equipment such as refurbishing versus buying new and those kinds of things. But the cost of a fire truck now is about twice what it cost us when we bought our engine in 2013. So 10 years ago, 11 years ago, that truck was 450,000, now it's 900,000.
That is crazy how much.
Yep. Same with a lot of our EMS equipment, and I'm sure it's the same with the police department. A lot of that stuff is just crazy. Our capital facilities money, which we'll use for major repairs on the building, is in pretty good shape. One thing you might want to consider is our generator is not going to be very long down the road before we're going to have to replace that, and so that services, both your offices and our offices. So
Yeah.
that's something you have to look at in your budget as well.
Yeah, we paid 42,000 for the brand new one at our building, so it's a pretty chunky number.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I was gonna ask what year that thing was
Yeah.
out there.
It's okay right now, but they're talking maybe a head gasket issue down the road or some things like that, so it may end up having to be replaced or seriously rebuilt.
Of course, what he's alluding to is we have to worry about that in our budget coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions on the pace? I assume we're going to have to approve the compensation schedule at the September meeting as well, right?
Yeah, isn't it? No.
They're effective.
So we can wait and approve it
Yeah.
in March.
In March 2021.
Okay.
We're providing, all we're providing in August here is the funds to do what you request off of this.
Right.
The actual compensation schedule is every year,
Part
April
of
1,
the yearly.
Yeah.
and we'll just assume we'll be asking and we'll assume we're doing. it.
Okay, right,
Yep.
because those pays will take effect April 1st, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's been many a times that I think
Yeah.
I've seen that done.
Yeah.
It's fun. Listen, you had 2 public hearings for God's sakes. I mean, how many more hearings do we want to hear about hearings from the last hearing we had? Yeah.
Hey, I want you to know I did a nice PowerPoint, but we can't put it on that computer.
That excites me immensely. Did you just do that for me?
No, I did that.
Did you excite
He's
me?
hoping for an audience.
I did that depending on who showed up in the audience.
God bless you. Plus, you want up to. Next year, PowerPoint's gotta come out.
PowerPoint war.
He's got more time than I do.
Yeah, that's all.
Your PowerPoint has to come with some widgets to kind of wing it. Well, Terry, you got any comments? No, very good, you appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Very good.
No, thank you. Get it easy.
Michelle,
Appreciate you and your crew.
Thank you.
I don't have anything further, before I do the, I'm warning what we're here for, public comment. Kevin, how you doing, bro?
Doing well.
Thank God. Are you supportive of this budget?
I am.
Can we make a note of that?
How about the
Sure.
lady?
All right, cool. Lady in blue,
Yeah,
yeah, you're counting, you never mattered in all these years.
I know, but no, and this doesn't really matter, but it's nice if you guys look at his page, he did the whole comparison.
Yes,
We're still way under people like Lewiston and stuff, that's crazy.
And why is that?
Huh?
Why is that? Well,
because they got a car loan.
I don't know. But if you do look at that, like, what he's proposing up here for
Yeah.
the 1, 2, 3 years, take a look at what they're getting right
they're
now.
getting right now.
In those areas.
Because
Now,
it's
some
so
of them,
big,
even
I
if
thought
you,
that one.
even if you threw out
Yeah.
the Grand Traverse and all
Oh, you
that,
have to.
Yeah.
throw that out, but look at some of the
Yeah.
other ones in there that I know we run more calls than they do, and you're still.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, our police department's gonna be faced with somewhat similar situation, I'm guessing, but Muzzle have to do a study for that for the future, the following
Yeah,
year.
plan on doing one in May of 2025.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
last one we did was in May 2023, and we were at that time down 10%.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's all it is trying to play catch up.
Yeah,
And, yeah,
and then, you know, we're still, I'm expecting that we'll still be behind again, so we'll at least have,
Yeah.
we can fix.
I had
I know Denton Township EMS just got a millage passed for wages and we're behind them right now and they're gonna increase
Yeah,
theirs
right.
as we increase ours. so.
Yeah.
I also noticed around the state, it looked like there were actually people doing villages for fire trucks,
Really.
for specific.
just for fire truck.
Well, Lake Township did to buy their aerial just recently.
Did they do it by
well, a
village?
small
Yeah,
community would
yeah.
probably have to do something similar too, you know.
Well, you know, it's one of those things, it's the same old thing, I don't, you know, we talked about it over the police department, you know, how much longer can you afford just to pay for cash for patrol cars and R&R before you have to look at something
Mhm.
different, and even if you look at lease, we're out of formula because the miles you cover.
Right,
So we're kind of challenged in the area that we are, it's almost like, fortunately, we gotta do what we gotta do to continue to do the good things we do, so. And we have to stand up, obviously, for our departments and help those folks out when necessary. This is one of those times that we get through, so.
well, yeah, I appreciate the comments of the township first lady here.
First,
I love that.
listen, I can hand over to that, you got to tell. Thank you. Okay, board, so our task, obviously, for Tuesday night, will be to make a motion, obviously, at that time, the special assessment role created in the 3.03 bills. 1,170,940, and that, which represents parcel of land to be assessed or described together with names and respective owners of record and the total amount to be assessed against each parcel. Such rule will be presented at the regular meeting September 10th, 2024 for that approval. We've already done the public and comment question. Anybody want to make a motion for adjournment? I'll make your motion. All right, Terry.
Support that.
Thank you very much. Any further discussion that the board would adjourn? Not hearing any, we will, call for it. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those the same, 6:41. Any adjourn? What's that?
I don't know why I blocked you.
I don't know.
Me too.